So with more and more of us being trapped at home and that kind of stuff and trying to do our presentations from home, there's quite a lot of fuss, if you like, about people using Zoom. The website is zoom.us, and why wouldn't you use it? Because it's good and it's free and it's more or less idiot proof. So once you've installed it, which is the usual download, install, prove who you are, confirmation of email and all that kind of jazz, it's just a question of signing in. You can do that using the traditional email approach, but for the sake of speed, I'm going to sign in using Google. Almost doesn't matter what page on Zoom it takes you to. The very first thing you want to press on up here in the top right hand corner is schedule a meeting. That's the starting point for almost everything. And the interface is more or less idiot proof, so I'm just going to take you through it. I'm going to call this meeting a test training session. There we go, so far so good. Now, the description is optional. I strongly recommend you do it, because even though you might think you know what the session is about, and indeed at the point when other people are invited, they might know what it's about, it's really handy to have that kind of description, because in 10 days' time, when life has happened, everyone's going to have forgotten what it is. So this is really important. I must learn to type. There we are. The next bit is to decide when the meeting is going to happen. So let's have it on Friday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we'll have a 30-minute meeting. Okay, 30 minutes is important because the free version of Zoom, which I'm demonstrating here, limits you to 40 minutes if you have 3 or more people in there. Okay, just check that. That's a gotcha. For some reason, there's a little snag in Zoom. It doesn't automatically figure out what time zone you are in, but it is importantly here is not a recurring meeting, so we can leave that one blank. And I don't want to secure it with a password. There we go. However, I do want to allow myself video, and I do want to allow participants to join in using video. And be careful with this one, because if you have too many people all joining in with a video, it can get really, really ugly. But if it's a meeting or a training session with a few people, then that's fine. But if you've got shed loads of people, then go ahead and turn that off. Now, I strongly recommend you let people come in with computer, audio, telephone, both. Okay, now because some people can't get to their computers, and they have to come in via telephone. It's just a courtesy to allow some people to come in by both. Now, I don't want people to be able to come into the meeting before I'm there, so that makes sure we turn that one off, and I am going to mute them when they arrive. The reason I'm going to mute them when they arrive is because if I've got a dozen or so people all arriving and talking at once, it can get a bit cacophonous and it can get tedious to have to turn them all off. So if we start with them turned off, everything is good. And I'm also going to start with the meeting being recorded, just because it's going to come down to my hard drive now and I can do things with it. Save the meeting and jobs are good. Now, a couple of things. This is the bit you want to market. This is the website page that you want to send people to. That's where you're driving people to, and that's where they should point their web browsers to when they want to join the meeting. Okay, so copy that. That's absolutely critical. The other thing I always do, just as a kind of to avoid gotchas, is to go into Google here and just put this into my diary using Google Calendar. If you use different calendars, that's fine. I use Google Calendar. I'm going to absolutely put it in here just to make sure it's definitely into my diary. If there are some co-hosts you might want to invite, then do that and Google will send them an invitation, and then click save just to make sure it's popped into your diary so there can be absolutely no misunderstanding. It is as simple as that. Okay. Again, this here, that's the bit that you need to hang on to. Okay, that's where you send people. Everything else is idiot proof. They just put that into their browser and jobs are good. Have fun. It's pretty powerful, and the free version is not bad actually. Not bad at all. Enjoy it.